Hi guys, Angela Colpaert, nurse practitioner here. I just wanted to come on and talk a little bit about our liver series that Dr. Ramsey started last week. As you know, she talked about our liver detox drops, and I kind of wanted to take a couple steps back and go over why you would use these, the power of the liver. Um, so really, all of us, no matter how perfect of a environment we've put ourselves in, how organic we buy or the perfect products we buy, we're all exposed to toxins, whether that be in our environment. You step outside, you're exposed to exhaust or pesticides in someone else's yard. Um, all of these toxins that we're exposed to, whether we do the best we can or not, they're all run through our liver. So it's our liver's job to detox anything that we're exposed to, big, small. Again, we find these in our food, in plastics that we may or may not know we're being exposed to alcohol. So it's lots of subtle things and lots of really big things. So it's really important that we support our liver. Some of you may know that, but an analogy I like to use with my patients, and if you're one of my patients, you may have heard me talk about is we all have a bucket, essentially. If you think of our body as a bucket, when we're born, we have a clean slate. The bucket's completely empty. Some of us make lifestyle choices or are on certain pharmaceuticals, whether it be medically necessary or not. And all of these things contribute to our toxin overload. So, how full our bucket is, right? So, if I'm on a birth control, let's say, that contributes to the toxin overload of our bucket. If I'm drinking alcohol every day, that's going to contribute to the toxin overload of my bucket. If I'm working as someone who sprays pesticides every day or paints houses, whatever it may be, you get my rhythm here is it's all going to contribute to your own personalized overload of your bucket. In our histories, our medical histories, our exposure day to day all contribute to these. It's hard to know, how full our bucket is, obviously, but the best way I know as a practitioner when I'm treating someone is based on your symptoms. As your bucket starts to overflow, you can have a variety of symptoms: brain fog, fatigue, hormonal issues. A lot of the toxins that we're exposed to in the environment. A couple months ago, I talked a lot about endocrine disruptors, and this contributes to our overflow. Also, those block those hormone receptor sites, and that's when you have symptoms of too much hormones, even though you may be on a good, safe dose. So these all go together and they all contribute to that overflow. So the question is, how do we help with the overflow? How do we lower that toxin overload? There's lots of different ways, right? There's our lymphatic system, there's our nutrition, there's our lifestyle factors, what we're taking, the modifiable risk factors. But we're really focusing on right now is your liver health. So our liver, like I talked about, is what detoxes things and it supports our detox pathways. So that lymphatic system. So Dr. Ramsey last week talked about the detox drainage drops were beautiful products. She talked about their homeopathy. They work with your body and they very successfully help our patients to detox their liver and also lowering that toxic overload, which stops that spillover so you have less of the symptoms. So I like the analogy because it gives you an actual picture to why am I experiencing this, right? And how does this tie into my liver? So we have lots of other products that we like to utilize, but I wanted to keep things really simple this week and talk about a holistic, very easy solution that you can make at home. It's called a castor oil pack. Some of you may have heard of it, and I'm going to refer to my notes here so I can give you a little bit of instructions on how to do it. But it's a very popular holistic remedy we often have our patients utilize. Whether this be a patient that is taking birth control, we have them do it quarterly. Maybe you are drinking a little bit more than you would have been, something you can use if you're having nightmares at night. Sometimes that means your liver is inflamed. So this is a pack that we have you create at home with actually some organic castor oil. It should be cold pressed. You use whatever cloth you have at home. We'll do a little infographic here so you can see kind of how to make it. Usually it's like a cotton cloth and a towel. And you will soak that cotton cloth in the castor oil. And the idea is that you place it over your stomach where your liver is and you do a heating pad so it can help to seep through. And it promotes the lymphatic system, the flow. So helping that liver to work more efficiently. Again, it's a holistic remedy, so it's more minimal and it's not going to be like as potent as taking like a pharmaceutical drug, but it's a nice holistic remedy that you can use in addition to whatever you're already doing. One popular use I have for it is women when they are on their period, when they're feeling really inflamed and your liver is processing all that estrogen and all those hormones. It's a nice thing to use when you're just starting hormones and you're reintroducing hormones to your body that maybe you're in menopause and haven't had hormones for quite a while. So we'll attach an infographic so you can see kind of how to create this if you want to at home. There's lots of information out on the internet too about how to create them, different ways to do it, to even utilize just what you have at home. But it's an excellent way to support your liver and make sure we're lowering that toxin load and make sure that whatever symptoms you're having from that overflow, you can help to resolve.